Oh my goodness. Maybe I should have gone this way, gone live. Um, let's see. Cancel. I've actually already gone live already. And I guess I should have gone live from this point. Very, very strange. Maybe I just do not know what I'm doing. It's so disappointing. No, this is going to drive me nuts because it's backwards. I'm going to see if I can share my screen. Um, mm, 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 mm. So I originally talked about how what's working in the clinical research space as far as visibility on LinkedIn. If you are not showing up and creating content that is of value, you are not going to be visible to any sponsors, CROs, B2B, B2C clients, if you will. You have to show up consistently in every single day, or if it's not every single day, you need to at least do it maybe once a week. Stay consistent, showing up once a week. And one of the things that you should probably try to post, one of your strongest points is maybe carousels, um, videos like this, or LinkedIn text, carousels, podcasts, something or another that is going to resonate with your audience. And one of the things that you are going to be very strong at doing consistently and not miss a beat on. That's how you need to show up on your social media platform, especially LinkedIn. And then for me personally, YouTube, I want to do it both. And then it's important whenever you do show up, what are you talking about? Um, are you talking about some pain points in the industry? Again, that's where it goes back to, serving your clients or serving the people with the information that they need to succeed, right? Sorry. Let's see. Let me bring up, I'll just go ahead and bring up my slides that I had. Let me go ahead and formally introduce myself. My name is Alicia Moore. I am the CEO of Clinical Science Research Solutions, and I'm also the founder of I Am Research and Wellness Foundation. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to share my insights on how I'm able to grow my LinkedIn brand and my presence on LinkedIn by posting consistently and every single day with content that resonates with my audience, right? Let's see here. And what I talked about was, I'll bring it up right quick. What is actually working on LinkedIn research professionals? 1.6 billion users on LinkedIn. However, out of 6 billion users on LinkedIn, 814 million are healthcare professionals like doctors, nurses, somebody like myself, researchers. And most of them are not out of the US. Most of them are not even posting content. You have at least 1 to 3% of the people posting content on LinkedIn. So that means there's room for you to actually start talking and showing up and making sure that you're visible on the platform. That way, whatever services or whatever content you're trying to create it's going to show up on LinkedIn. And I learned the other day there's a SSI score that LinkedIn has. So if you're less than 40, that just means you know how to use LinkedIn and you're kind of familiar with it. There's moderate use, but if you're greater than 70, that means the content is resonating with your audience. Your LinkedIn account's really growing. You know how to use the platform and you're posting great content and it's being shared. So those types of things really matter if you're wanting to build authority, create income, and create a movement. Percent of LinkedIn users are the decision makers on here. I was reading that the ages are 25 to 34. They stopped at 34, but it's 34 plus. I see all ranges of age ranges of people that are on LinkedIn creating content. And on average, it's 48 hours. People spend on average 48 hours per month on LinkedIn. I can't say that. I spend way more hours on LinkedIn because I'm a content creator. I'm a business owner. I'm trying to grow my brand, my visibility. That way, the business that I am creating is going to draw in the right clientele, and it's going to draw in the right clientele so I can serve my people in Southeast Missouri. So again, the numbers do not lie. If you're not familiar with LinkedIn, a lot of times, let's say whenever you post something, there's a number at the bottom left corner. If it's 213, those are 213 impressions. That means 213 people have actually seen your post. But the more you keep posting and the more you keep sharing your knowledge that resonates with your audience, the impressions, the views, the amount of views that will be seen or people seeing your content, it will increase. The reactions will increase, and so will the comment section, and so will the sharing. People will start sharing your content. Whenever that happens, you've hit a gold mine. You can actually start creating content around the things that resonates with your audience. Sometimes whenever we as content creators, whenever we're creating, thinking of things to say and teach our audience, we think it may resonate with the audience very, very well, and we're hoping to receive a lot of likes, comments, and shares. And sometimes it's a bit of a flop, at least you think that it is, but there's always going to be that individual that comes to your inbox and says, hey, what you just posted, it resonated with me. I'm so glad you did. I want to join your movement. How can I help? I am going to implement the strategies that you just talked about in your video. So it's so important. So important. Okay. LinkedIn rewards individuals for commenting versus the likes. Because again, whenever you're actually commenting on somebody's post or somebody's commenting on your post and they're providing value, that means you provided value to your audience. And so if they're commenting on your post, that means within that 1 hour, which is the golden hour, make sure you're commenting back and interacting with the people that are saying things underneath your post, having real conversations. It doesn't have to be a lot, but LinkedIn will notice that you are conversing, people are conversing on your content. And what LinkedIn will do is actually push that content out. And sometimes your second and third degree individuals will actually see the content. It'll get shared. That's another way of becoming more visible in the eyes of LinkedIn, right? And again, whenever you're posting, you need to talk to your niche. It doesn't matter if it's about clinical trial diversity, DEI in clinical trials, or like building a site in a research naive area, building the infrastructure, clinical research infrastructure in a research naive area, Southeast. Strategies on how you're doing it and your journey as you're going along the way will resonate with someone, and those comments and posts, it will happen. It's been happening to me, and I absolutely love it because I'm sharing insights, boots to the ground, if you will. I think that's what it's called. And people are actually following me on my journey. So native content is trustworthy. So say for instance, videos like this, PDFs that have maybe on how to achieve site recruitment and retention and increasing those percentages and lowering the objections for a particular site. Those types of tips matter. Videos, as I said, articles. If you come across an article that will resonate with your audience, what you want to do is talk about the article, some of the pain points within the article and what is the issue within the industry. You put your spin on it. And let's say if you have come across something like this and you have implemented some strategies to navigate around those issues, that would be a great way to gain visibility as a clinical research professional, because now people are seeing, business owners are seeing like, hey, you know what? She took an article and actually applied some different strategies and put her spin on it, and it worked. Or whatever the article is saying that the strategies you should implement at a research site or at a CRO or for a sponsor, and you're actually implementing those, you can actually come back and talk about how you helped out those particular businesses, and maybe how you help them save money, or maybe how you help them gain more clients, or maybe how you actually help them with marketing and getting their business out there to the public. So visibility matters, and the content that you create, the native content that you create, matters too. LinkedIn doesn't want you to just talk about a whole bunch of things, just creating noise. They want you to engage and talk about things that have context to it, and things that are topics that are going to actually create conversations, meaningful conversations that's going to impact the lives of others, whatever niche that you're in or whatever niche that you're talking about. So if you're wanting more engagement, these are a couple of things that you can try. You can try carousels. I love carousels, but I don't make them. They take too much time. I have a marketing team for that. You can do polls. Polls do very well. I've tried polls. People do interact with those. And also it will tell you what your audience is looking for. And maybe if there's a certain topic that you're wanting to talk about, you can actually say, hey, you know what do you think about these particular topics here? And then what happens is people vote on those topics. And so you take that information and you build content around that. That's another way of doing it. Again, videos like this. I love creating videos. I love creating PowerPoint presentations and posting them all over social media. And this is how I teach. This is how I'm getting the word out there to my people. And this is how I'm branding myself as an entrepreneur in the clinical research space and on LinkedIn. You know, I'm the LinkedIn girl. I absolutely love LinkedIn. It has created a space for me to share my story and my journey. And it has also created a space for me to actually win or gain opportunities as for speaking events. And I forgot to mention, I'm now at the point where I am creating my own conference within my own nonprofit organization. And then I'm working on having my own big conference next year. So whenever you start putting yourself out there on LinkedIn and creating content, people will gravitate towards you. Your inbox will start filling up. And then the content you're creating is going to get shared. Your LinkedIn account following will grow. And if you launched a newsletter like myself, my newsletter that I launched on May 16th, up until today, I have over 1,200 followers. And then my LinkedIn account following has doubled. I'm on track to gaining 4,000 followers. It's not like a huge amount, but it has past tripled within this year. So that lets me know that the content that I'm creating is really hitting some pain points that in this industry, and not just hitting the pain points, I'm actually doing something to solve it. You know, I'm actually walking the walk. I'm actually live visible. This has increased my visibility because what I'm speaking is raw and authentic. Maybe you're a mom, you've got the education, the certifications, you've been well trained, but you still feel like you've been overlooked. Just understand that visibility is associated with the skills that you have. So if you're honing on those skills, whatever those may be, those talking points, and your content is, you are perfecting your content. It doesn't have to be great. You just have to show up and show, that you are the SME in this particular topic. Then of course that's going to resonate or translate into an increased visibility. So the SSI score that I just talked about, that's going to increase to greater than 70 or more. You don't want it to be at 40 or more. If you're at 40, that means you're just now starting out, right? But if you want to increase the number, you need to become more visible. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Another way of becoming visible is one individual, and I've totally forgot, is podcasts. I've been on podcasts before. So if you could even start your own podcast and talk about particular topics that resonate with your audience, and it is a pain point in the area that you stay in, creating a podcast around those particular topics and how you're actually navigating around those issues and solving that will resonate with the audience that you have. So you have to just start putting yourself out there. You can't be shy. Whatever you are creating, you can make sure it's still professional. I mean, even if it's controversial, you can still make sure it's professional and draw it back into how you are solving that pain point. Don't just, stay on the negative. Talk about how you can actually solve those issues. Again, that will increase visibility, because now let's say if you have created a product, a software development, a software product, and those B2B companies see that you are actually trying to solve a problem, they're going to reach out to you. I have had so many B2B conversations and meetings with other individuals to the point to where either they're wanting to collaborate with me, or they're wanting me to partner with them, or another business opportunity. It's just, the opportunities are endless whenever you start putting yourself out there on LinkedIn. And I preach the same thing all the time. You can't be shy. You have a voice, and whatever your voice is, it matters, as long as it's creating content that's going to push. And LinkedIn rewards people that actually create content that is of value, because they're going to push out your content, which means it's going to increase your visibility. I can't get it out. For me personally, I like YouTube and LinkedIn. So YouTube is for you to create long content, educational videos, right? And then LinkedIn, you can launch newsletters, you can create, some educational content. But YouTube is really where people go to find out how to gain visibility on LinkedIn, or how to monetize on LinkedIn, or how to monetize on YouTube, or how to grow your clientele on LinkedIn, or how to become, let's see here, gain the B2B clients, or how to, you see where I'm going with that? It's how to. And then what you do is create videos on step by step from your personal experience and what has worked, to teach others on how to do the same thing. Oops. So my stats and what has worked for me, I talked about this before, and I'll say it again. At one point in time, my visibility was low. I wasn't getting any DMs. Nobody was messaging me. Nobody was, asking for me to collaborate, for one, because my SSI score was less than 40. But whenever I started posting and I didn't think that what I was posting was of value, that's not true. People watch what you do. So what happens is, whenever you are trying to create content that is of value, somebody somewhere is going to say, hey, look, it happened to me. I want you to come to this conference and be a guest speaker. So I've been a guest speaker at 3 conferences. Now I have my own grant writer. I have my own marketing team. I have a clinical research lawyers. I have created multiple mentorship programs. And one of the mentorship program I created that helped solve a problem in this industry, launched it, and within 30 days, I made over $1,800. Let's see here. My LinkedIn account following, as I said, has grown, tripled. I should hit 4K before the month of June is out. Right now, it is June 23rd, 2025. Let's see here. My LinkedIn newsletter is well over 1,200 subscribers. I'll probably be at 1,300 probably before the month of June. Fingers crossed. And let me point out, whenever you are becoming more visible on LinkedIn and either on YouTube, is for people that you want to be visible to. So if you're wanting to be visible to CEOs, VPs, the decision makers, you need to create content around that. If you're wanting to be visible to the B2C business to customers, then you need to create content for those particular clients, right? Let's see here. What else? I have multiple collaboration opportunities. I created an application for my both profit clinical science research solutions and my nonprofit organization. And now, in less than a week, I have probably over 70 applicants. So we're going to have to take the application down because we have plenty of individuals that are wanting to volunteer in my businesses and to help out, to help us execute the projects I have going on within my businesses, right? What else do I have going on? I'm actually in the process, again, opening up my own clinical research site in Sikeston, Missouri, where clinical research doesn't exist. As a matter of fact, I'm in the process of creating my PI package, information package to send to the primary care physician that's actually interested in partnering with me. She has never been a PI before, so I need to send her information about the education on how to become a PI, what I'm going to be training her on, and the GC certification that she needs to take, and the resume that I need to have, and the business model, revenue model that we're going to discuss. And then it's just going to snowball from there. So that's where I am in my business. I'm sure I've skipped over a couple of different things, but I have so many moving pieces going on. So many, my DMs, I'm getting receiving DMs on a regular basis, daily, multiple times throughout the day. I'm receiving friend requests multiple times throughout the day. That didn't happen. That didn't used to happen at all. I'm receiving messages, DMs on the weekends. Now I'm going to have to not answer any DMs until Monday. That way I'm refreshed and ready to work, um, and hit the ground running with a fresh mind, right? And I'm not so exhausted. My calendar is filling up so fast and so full to the point to where I really don't have time for a lot of coffee chats, and I'm very blunt and honest with people because my business has grown quite exponentially within the last year. People have told me they've never seen anything, a business owner grow so fast. They've seen it fast, but not as fast as yours. That just means that, I'm bringing in something that is much needed, addressing the needs within my community. So before you log off today, I'm going to challenge you to do a couple different things. First of all, you need to update your LinkedIn bio and your LinkedIn profile. You need to let people know what you're doing, who you help, how you help them, and where you're trying to go. Make sure that's crystal clear. And then also launch your first newsletter, or launch your first YouTube channel, or launch your first podcast series, or make your first post, and be consistent. You can be consistent at one thing on one platform. Then once you become consistent with that, then you can spread out to YouTube if you choose to do so. You can do both platforms, YouTube and LinkedIn. I feel like YouTube and LinkedIn are my strongest platforms. They're my strongest. Doesn't mean I'm not going to post on Instagram or Facebook. I will post on Facebook only because that's where my community family, that's where they are, and they need to see, what I'm doing in Sikeston, Missouri. They really need to see it. Um, some people do not necessarily comment on my post, especially like on Facebook, and I have people coming up to me, to my face, telling me like, "Hey, whatever whatever you this particular area, I need to start posting about what I'm doing in my journey, even throughout my business and what that entails. and the end goal, the nonprofit organizations within the space, so we can have like the health wellness fairs and the webinars, and the classes that can be held at these other nonprofit organizations, and just having these particular meetings, coffee chats. We now have a Starbucks now. We can do coffee chats, which is amazing. I can have events there too. So it's just all about the visibility and putting it out there on social media, on all your platforms. So don't underestimate uh, what you have to say. Don't think it doesn't matter, because it does. It's going to matter to somebody. Now, you're going to have your haters out there. You can forget them. So what? There's haters all over the place, but you continue to keep posting and sharing your knowledge and making sure it's of value. That way it increases your visibility. That increases the opportunities for other business owners to see what you're doing. And what's going to happen is they're going to want to join your movement. All right. So if this message resonated with you at all and you're wanting to become more visible on your social media platform, and you want to become more visible with the content you're creating, I can help you with that in my Side Hustle Mentorship Program. Now, you will have access to my marketing team, the legal team. I will share with you the list of grant writers, depending on what business you're trying to go into. It's a 6-week program. You will receive replays of the videos if you cannot make it. We meet once a week, and they're live sessions, and you'll also have one-on-one sessions with me. I will make sure that whatever product you create, whether it's in the IT department or digital product courses, it doesn't matter. We co-create those together as a team. And then after you have created those products, what happens is you will go through the program, you'll receive a certificate with me. Website, then you'll still be able to post and share and market your own product on your own website and receive 100% of the profit there. So there are 2 ways of making money, 2 revenue streams of making money, and you'll see the ROI, but it takes time to see the ROI, right? You have to make sure that you're patient, and whatever you're building, it takes time, but eventually, as long as you could keep putting yourself out there on social media and increasing that SSI score past 70%, creating content that is around the niche that you are serving, then the business opportunities, the money will come. It just takes time. Rome was not built overnight. Just remember that. And people that are saying they can launch something within 30 days and make the money, that may not necessarily be true, because it takes time to build something great. And then also I help you with pricing your product and building out a lead magnet or creating a lead magnet that's free. So we talk about all those things. You'll have templates and all kinds of resources at your disposal. So I have a turnkey program, mentorship program with all my programs, that you won't have to go looking for anything. I have it right there within the program. And if it's something that is you feel that you need and it's not there, then I will provide that for you. I will look for that resource for you. So you don't have to worry about a thing. And then also there are financing options available as well. So just keep those things in mind. I am here every step of the way. And if you have any questions, please DM me. And if you are actually ready to create something that is of value and increase the visibility score on LinkedIn and on these social media platforms, DM me, Mentorship Side Hustle, and let's get to work. All right. This is day 1 of 6. So, day 2, we are going to be talking about how I went from 0 to 30, over 3,800 plus followers, and the strategies I took to get to that point, and how you'll be able to do the same thing. You have to start somewhere. Nobody starts at 40,000. We all started at 0. All right. This ends the live. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I did a live on LinkedIn. I was hoping it would stream. It did stream to YouTube, but this is a different live. I don't have the PowerPoint presentations up. So share this live, comment below. And and I'll leave I think I have the link in the bio if you are wanting to if you're wanting to register for the Side Hustle Mentorship Program, it's available. Let's get rocking and rolling. Let's create something that is going to blow everybody's mind. All right. We will talk later and more to come, as day 2 of 6 is tomorrow, and I sure hope to see you then. All right. Bye. This was great. Great.